To start, grab a shell. Ooh, nice. Begin by kneading the clay really well. Roll it around into a lull, a snailish body shape, and check your size against your shell. Mine was a little bit small, so I had to add a little clay and just repeat the process until it looks about right. Yep, looking good. I use a silicone shaper to start sort of rolling down the sides for that good pancake snail shape. Do this around the entire body and kind of smush things around as you go. Test how your snail is looking with the shell and see about where you want it to sit. Then you take a little piece of clay, make sort of a horn out of it, and shove it down in there. Cut off the excess hanging out, and then stick it where you want it to go on your snail. Once you've got it where you want it, take the shell back off, and then you're going to smooth the horn into the body. I like to test the fit and make sure everything is still in place before we anchor it with some wonderful, beautiful liquid clay. Add some of that beautiful, wonderful liquid clay to the top of the horn and secure the shell in place. Break out your silicone shaper again and start defining some of the shapes on the snail's body, like the little muscle that comes from the shell out. Start roughing out the shapes around the head and neck. I like to use smaller silicone tools to detail around the face. Don't forget those little bun lips. My snail was a little thin, so I'm just adding a bit of bulk to the body. I use a very tiny ball stylus to start detailing the body. Be sure to look at a lot of reference photos for that accurate snail goodness. Here I'm just using a gum scraper to deepen the lines a little bit. I like to draw little ovals following the direction of the body out from the shell. I like to leave the head without detail so that we can add the eye stalks later on. You can add the eye stalks anytime that you want, but I just find it easier if you put them on after detailing so that they're not in the way. That looks pretty good, so now it's time to start with the most difficult part in my opinion, the eye stalks. You can use any kind of thin straight tool to kind of roll around the end to get a ball shape. Then I like to take a little silicone tool and kind of roll it around to get more of that ball roundedness. Once it looks about right, I like to cut off a little bit, usually longer than I'll probably need, and then test the size against the head. Then just rinse and repeat. Not gonna lie, I usually gotta make these dang things like 4 times before I get them right. Very gently and carefully stick it to the head and see where you want it positioned, and then start smoothing it in with your little needle tool. This is a very tedious process, so don't be afraid to take it slow. I like to add in my silicone shaper tool and sort of just smooth it in a little better. Just be sure to use a very gentle, light touch since eye stalks are very delicate. Now you get to do it all again, woohoo! The smaller tentacles are even more tedious, so just be extra careful when applying these. Now it's time to detail the head. The scales on a snail's head are usually smaller than the ones on its body, so I just usually do a bunch of dots and circles. Here I just start pushing in his little cheeks, giving him that classic snail shape. For this one I decided why not add a magnet. So first I like to smoosh it right in there, make sure it's in there really anchored and good, then I turn the snail back over and pry the magnet out. I like to stick it back in a few times, just testing the fit and smoothing things out as I go. Once I'm confident enough with the fit, I remove it for the rest of the sculpture because you don't want to bake magnets. Ooh, color. I start by scratching the colors of the pastels that I want, and then just brushing them onto the snail. I decided for this one to go with a sort of yellow palette, to match the shell. You can do any kind of colors you want. I just like to add a little bit of dark along the sides of the body for added depth. If you want to add a little bit of color to the eyeballs, just be very, very careful. I like to add just a little bit of dark brown pastels on the end of my needle tool for mouth detail. Make any last minute adjustments and then you're ready to bake. Thanks for watching.